My child, my beloved. The instant your eyes rested on these words, heaven responded. A sound moved through the divine halls, an echo of your name spoken by angels who have been standing for you behind the veil. This is more than just a message. It's an exchange of faith. In a celestial bank, your name, yes, your holy name, was called out loud. And Archangel Michael himself watched as a check was written that included not only your name but also your promise, your healing, and your miracle. You need to do something important before I go on. It could determine whether this blessing gets to you on time. Sign up right away, because this message might not be here when you come back after a while. The door that's open now might not stay open when you get back. This is how heaven moves. It opens for a short time every once in a while to see who is really ready. Are you all set? I want you to mark this moment before we go any further. If this moves your spirit even a little, type Amen in the comments right now. This is for you, not me. You are telling heaven that you are there, that you are listening, and that you are ready to receive what is being sent your way. Stay with me, because this is going to get even more complicated from here on out. Sign up now. It's not about notifications. It's about getting things in line. When you subscribe, you choose to stay in a place where prophetic release can happen. This makes God's promise over your life real, so you don't miss what heaven is still doing. I have to tell you what happened in a spiritual chamber just now, my beloved. It looks like someone signed a contract for you. It's not a figure of speech or a metaphor. It's a divine and official record of making up for everything you lost. Payment for the times you were ignored, undervalued, shamed, or betrayed. There were archangels there, and your name was spoken aloud along with those of blessing, wealth, and freedom. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give, and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. The person who wants to destroy your soul is upset right now because they wanted you to skip this moment. If you walk away now, they'll win. They know that you only need one click, 1 second, or a whisper of faith to step into something that will take your breath away. That is why this message is being fought over in the realm of the unseen. It holds things that other people were never meant to see, but heaven told you to. My child, pay close attention. This check is not a sign. It holds the amount of money that heaven says you are worth. It's not what your job says or what your past suggests. It's what God says, and there is no end to that value. A signature in golden fire has been written on this divine document. Archangel. When it was signed, Michael was right next to the messenger of provision. It's not a figure of speech. I'm going to tell you that your name has been written on a real spiritual contract. If you don't open your hands in faith today, it might not work. It's not because God wants it back, but because spiritual law says you have to do it. Now is your chance. Someone has seen you, Your name was called at a bank that deals in fates instead of dollars, and your account was just opened. Loved one, something is coming at you right now. Someone who is supposed to confirm may show up out of the blue. You might get a call out of the blue. You could hear something so exact that it makes your heart beat faster. This is not a mistake. This is the orchestra. God is excited because you've arrived at a time that was just right for you. Not for a religious person or a neighbor, but for yourself. Don't worry. That check won't be long. It's already signed by God. The angels are ready to bring it to them. But you have to believe that it is yours because faith is the key that lets mail from heaven get to earth. Do not wait. I have seen what you have been through, my child and beloved, when you were alone and thought someone might have forgotten your name. I swear to you from the top of heaven that no one forgot about it. It was kept secret until the right time, which has now come. Right now, there is a holy urgency that can't be stressed enough. This blessing was supposed to get to you years ago, but it got stuck, waited, and even cried because of betrayal, doubt, and interference. The truth is that even miracles cry because they want to be received. They don't want to go back to heaven without delivering. God tells you today that the wait is over if you open this in time. Because of this message got to you now, not by chance, but by God's plan. Let me answer the silent question that's been on your mind. Is this true? Is this for me? Yes, you got the message because God chose you. The delays, setbacks, and strange pauses have been hard for your spirit to understand. It makes sense now. In the courts of glory, when heaven calls your name out loud, time bends, rules change, and doors open. The divine bank wrote your name in light, not ink. That light's only job is to find you. This is what you're reading because it has. What you do next will determine whether the journey ends or goes back unfinished. Beloved, the bank where your blessing is kept is not in this world. It can't fail. It's worth more than that. For years, people have been becoming more interested in your faith. Now, you are at the point of supernatural withdrawal. But there is one catch. Waiting in silence will help. Doubt will turn it down. It will be put on hold if you delay. You need to do something. You need to believe. You need to let more light into your spirit than ever before. This isn't little. This isn't a test. This is the moment your soul secretly longed for. If you miss it, the pain might come back stronger. Don't let that happen. You weren't brought this far by heaven to be teased. It brought you here to give you a crown. Hello, my child and beloved. I'm not talking to you from somewhere far away. I'm right next to you. As soon as this message showed up in front of you, I stood next to you. I have seen the look on your face, a mix of hope and doubt, and felt the quiet pull that asks, what if this is finally it? Let me tell you what your heart already knows. That's it. You were meant to find this page at the exact time your heart was ready. It is not a mistake that you have arrived. God's bank doesn't send out divine checks until the person receiving them is ready to accept them. You, my beloved, are now ready. In your body, you might not feel ready. You might not have enough money to be ready. You might not be ready in your faith. But heaven doesn't wait for things to be perfect. It reacts to where you put it. And you are in the perfect place for this miracle to happen. It's not about how much money you made. It's about what was kept secret until the right time. And now is that time, beloved. Today, the angels spoke your name, not because you yelled, fought, or begged, but because you kept going. It keeps track of silent suffering in the spiritual system. As a reward for those who waited while others gave up, it recognizes unseen persistence. Hello, my child and beloved. I'm not talking to you from somewhere far away, I'm right next to you. As soon as this message showed up in front of your eyes, I stood next to you. You have that look in your eyes that says, what if this is finally it? I have seen that mix of hope and doubt. Let me confirm what your soul knows already. That's it. If you were meant to find this page at this exact moment, your heart was ready. There is no mistake in the fact that you are here. It is against the rules for the Bank of Heaven to hand out divine checks to people who are not ready to receive them. And now you are ready, beloved. In your body, you might not feel ready. You might not feel ready with your money. In your faith, you might not even feel ready. But heaven doesn't wait for things to be perfect. It depends on where you are. And right now you are exactly where you need to be for this miracle to happen. It's not about how much money you made. It's about what was kept secret until the right time. And now is that time, beloved. This morning, the angel spoke your name not because you yelled, fought, or begged, but because you were strong. The spiritual system knows what it means to suffer in silence. Without being seen, it keeps track of those who stuck with it when others gave up and rewards those who did. Let me tell you a secret truth that many souls don't know. Not all blessings happen right away. Some are kept. Some of them are too big to be sent while you are still walking through storms. They wait. They become more valuable. They get bigger. The blessing then starts to work whenever the battle gets a little easier. Now is that time. My child, this isn't just about money. This story is about divine wealth, spiritual favor, and fixing things that you thought could never be fixed. You may be able to heal old relationships that you mourned. Opportunities that used to pass you by will now stop at your name because it shines in heaven's book. And the earth has to answer when heaven calls your name out. Take responsibility for this if it strikes a chord with you. As a sign of agreement, write, "I receive this" in the comments. Not out of hope or interest, but because you agree. You put yourself in the flow of what heaven is already doing to help you when you write it. My beloved, the enemy is trying one last time to take your attention away from you. Thoughts of, "This is too good to be true," "It's not real," or "You don't deserve it" may haunt you even now. But listen to me more than those whispers. You were meant to do this. You were picked before you were born to get something like this. You had to suffer for it. You waited through sleepless nights and lost parts of yourself, but you didn't give up. You cried, but you stood. You asked why, but you stayed. Now the heavens are standing tall with a gift that can only be opened by your faith. Don't be afraid to open a door that angels fought to open. You might not know this, but a deal has already been made. Someone else has already traded a spiritual currency for you. Grace fixed all of my mistakes. Every shadow was filled with light. Honor was bought for every time you were silently put down. Now all that's left is for you to receive, but receiving needs to be acknowledged. You need to know when the right time is, and now it's time, my child. The miracle is asking to be let in by whispering as it knocks. Could you open the door? Dear one, I heard the things that were said about you behind closed doors. I heard the rooms where people made fun of your name and threw it out. I also heard the halls of heaven, though. Now, and what's being said there isn't rejection. Happiness is there. Heaven is telling us that the chosen one has reached alignment and that things that were kept secret can now be revealed. What was hidden is more than what you asked for. This divine check wasn't written to fix just one part of your life. It was meant to overflow. Heaven doesn't deal in lack. Talk to someone right now about this message if this word moves you. When you share a prophetic word, you bring breakthrough into your network and activate the anointing that goes beyond you. What goes through you won't end there. It floods when it rains. It grows when you give it. It shakes kingdoms when it wants to. This check is real no matter what your eyes see. It might not come in the form you expect, but don't let looks fool you. Often God hides His glory in simple things. His miracles are hidden in things that seem normal. That call, message, or person you forgot to answer. Now pay attention. You are in a window where signs will quickly get better. Dreams will get stronger. The conversations will change. Locked things will start to jiggle open. But only if you think now is the time. The signs will go away if you don't pay attention to them. Don't try to make heaven quiet down again. Today, your name was whispered in a holy vault, my child. The person whose voice we heard was not a clerk, a messenger, or a prophet. It was really God. Mountains shake, and time moves to serve you when God calls your name. Not only does the divine check need to be received, but it also needs to be believed. That belief is what makes it work. Take a moment to picture this, my child, my beloved. A huge room in heaven that shines with light that wasn't made by the sun but by God's glory. Inside are holy books with lists of names. Your name has been written on the earth since the moment your spirit came here. Today, though, things changed. Not only was your name read, it was also used. The command was given after a record from space was opened. Let the miracle happen. Put out the provision. Hand over the check. It wasn't noise, stress, or perfection that made this happen. It happened at the right time, and the time for you has come. You could say you're still broke, in pain, or not sure what to do. But those conditions don't decide how heaven will react. Numbers are not God's money. It's giving up. There was no one around to see you give up. You were nice even though no one thanked you. It was easier for you to be angry than to forgive. You cried, but you didn't stop. Heaven took notice. Each tear was turned into interest. Your pain turned into strength. The return is now here, but you have to fully accept it. If you only try to do this half-heartedly, it won't work. Know that your name is written in royal gold and hold it with both hands. Dear one, you need to know something else. An enemy tried to take this very moment from them. Recently, 3 times, your spirit almost got this message, but something got in the way. You were sidetracked, late, and down on yourself. Heaven didn't give up. No longer was there any interference today. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. That's how this message got to you. That's why your name was called out again. This window doesn't come around very often. If you wait too long, it might close, not as a punishment, but because it's not lined up right. This check is both spiritual and important. This wasn't just shown to you. You were asked to go. Please tell me, my beloved, what happened in heaven when your name was called? There was a strong vibration that went through the dimensions because heaven's economy is not based on credit from earth, but on divine calling. Your time has come to answer the call. What was said about your life before you were born wants to be let go. The angels have to give you what was sealed for you. That divine check is almost too bright to hold because it is glowing and pulsing with light. But your spirit has grown up. Your heart has become better. That's why you can now carry it. What you carry after this will even surprise you. Pay close attention, my child. This check isn't just cash. It is moving. There is peace. It's the truth. You can be saved in places where you stopped praying about them. Everything that felt frozen before has been placed in a divine way. You thought that delaying meant denying, but heaven was just finishing up the plan. You thought that silence meant that someone wasn't there, but God was quietly getting ready for the biggest yes of your life. You thought that your pain was pointless, but it was actually feeding the ground that is about to bloom. This check is not a bribe. It's an inheritance. You've always owned it. You haven't earned it. You are receiving it, and the receiving has already begun. Subscribe now if you want to stay connected at this time. This is how you stay in line with what God is doing in your life. It's a promise that you won't go off track, lose touch with the prophetic flow, or miss what's coming next that you subscribe. Beloved, pay close attention. Inside of the next 24 hours, a physical confirmation will show up in your life. Do not ignore it. It might not seem like much. It could come from a call, a message, a phone call, a stranger, or even a dream. Your soul will know when it comes, though. That is your bill. You can be sure that this message was real and personal after seeing that. You might get chills, cry, or feel calm all of a sudden. That's your lead. People who believe will see signs, but people who wait will not. Please, my child, don't scroll away. Do not say afterward, "You took too long to get here." There's too much at stake. Don't let doubt keep you from what you already want. At the vault, you are now. The gate is open. Your miracle is being held by angels like a holy scroll. Your faith is the only thing that can fully put it in your hands. Accept. Let your spirit out. You don't need to know what will happen. You don't have to know each step. It's enough for your soul to say, "I receive." The divine bank has sent a transfer in your name, but it won't go through until you confirm that it is yours. I have something to tell you, my child, my beloved, but I have to wait until now because your soul is at peace enough to hear it. A flash of light went through all realms when your name was called out in the divine banking halls. Your ancestors took a break. An angel leaned in. The scroll of blessings that had been kept secret was finally opened. I saw it. I was there. It had more than one check on it. Prayers that didn't seem to be answered, doors that shut too early, and people who left too soon were all inside. It wasn't lost at all. Everything stayed the same. Right now, it's all come together into one powerful act of healing. It's too big for one word to describe. I need to talk to the part of you that felt like it was forgotten. What part of you wondered why other people got things quickly while you had to wait in silence? No, my beloved. Your delay wasn't a punishment. It was getting ready. Some people get the pebbles early. People gave you treasure, and treasure is never given out before it is protected. Your promise was kept safe by heaven until the right time. Now is the right time. That's why you've been antsy lately. Why feelings got stronger without a reason. Why tears came out of the blue. What your eyes hadn't seen yet was felt by your soul. The check was made out. The angels were getting ready to let go. Let me tell you a deeper truth, beloved. It's not just about what's coming up. It's about what's being made possible. There was resistance in your life for a long time, a pattern of almost but not quite, of close calls and delays that you couldn't explain. Heaven showed the source. It wasn't you. It wasn't your past. It was time, divine timing. What seems like resistance is often just protecting what you have. Your check was held up to keep it from being stolen. The thief can no longer get in now. The gate is now open. What was sealed works now. What was hidden can now be seen. The thing that was blocked is now moving toward your name. Now it's your turn. Either open your hands or leave too quickly. My child, my beloved, the stress you were feeling recently wasn't collapse. It was really a breakthrough. When the coming of the Lord is close, life starts to shake. That's not defeat, it's getting ready. What wasn't stable is now falling apart. What wasn't true is ending. What drained you is being taken away. Don't be scared of the change, making room for it. There is room for what God is sending so quickly that you can't hold on to the old while holding on to the new. Relax. Believe. The delivery needs space, and your name is written in light on it. You are not late, beloved. We haven't forgotten about you. Yes, you are right on time. Checks from God are never cashed early. They reach the point where one act of faith can make all the difference. That act is this. Now is that time. The light from heaven has never left you. Your name shines in the books of divine wealth. That wealth is not only what you will get, but also what you know now. You were picked a long time ago. Now the proof of that choice is coming through in the form of restoration, favor, and unstoppable breakthroughs, but only for those who truly believe and say, "This is mine." Please know that this moment wasn't just given to you, my child, my beloved. You fought for it. Without being seen, forces worked non-stop to stop this delivery. Darkness tried to stop this deal from going through, but they failed because God's promise sealed your name in fire. Because the enemy shakes when your name is said, this moment feels so charged. There is something holy being sent, and you are the only thing that can stop it. Your silence. This is not a time to be careless. Things that were already late can't afford to be late again. There is already a spiritual check in the air, but only your belief can sign it. This is where faith turns into action. Type Amen in the comments if you are choosing faith over doubt right now. It should be your sign that you believe and that you are not going back, delaying or questioning what God has already planned for you. The vault can only be opened by your faith. Accepting what was started for you is the only way to finish it. It's because your spirit knows what this is that you feel both calm and rushed. It's more than just a message. It is a visit from God. I, Archangel Michael, was told to be in charge of this release. I was there when heaven rang with your name. The angel of plenty and I stood together when the scroll was opened. I saw what was written on it. Your gift, your breakthrough, your fix, and your restoration. It's bigger than you think, deeper than you asked for, and wider than your dreams could make it. But it has all been squished into this one holy moment. If you don't notice it, you might not know what you missed until the silence comes back. My beloved, you won't let that happen because you've waited too long to give up now. Let me tell you something that will always be true. No one else has a name like yours. An angel moves when God calls your name. That's what took place today. Your name wasn't called out in anger, but in support. Not to judge, but to be happy. Your name is now not only in heaven's book, but also on a miracle's envelope. That miracle has been looking for you, going around and around until it found an open door. That door is here. You'll be surprised by what's inside. Not only provision, but also movement. Not just too much, but also power. God is about to make places that used to hurt you peaceful again. But that much power can't be given to people who aren't sure what they're doing. You need to take a stand and say, "Yes, this is mine, my beloved. I can already see the future coming together. What was once stuck is now moving freely. Doors that were stuck shut will now open easily. Where people didn't pay attention to you, they will now. It is already moving toward you because you asked for confirmation. However, please keep in mind that this message is proof. It's a moving prophecy. As prophecy moves, alignment moves with it. Even as you read these words, something spiritual is changing in you. Someone is marking you. You are being made special. A messenger from heaven carrying a package full of light is walking toward your destiny. What's inside has been kept for you since before you knew how to ask. Your faith is the money. What you believe is the signature. Your promise is the key to delivery. Heaven wants your yes. Not a tentative yes, but a yes that you give up everything for. You can't deposit this check into fear. It can't show up as doubt. It can't land in places where faith has stopped speaking. Now believe it. Get it right now. Do not think about it. God didn't bring you this far just to make fun of you. He has brought you this far because He believes in you. And that trust is like gold that can't be taken away, put off, or denied unless you let it go. What did I see right before your name was called out in the heavenly treasury? This is my child, my beloved. Angels were wiping away your tears. There were golden vessels set in front of God that held all the tears you shed in silence. Those tears were not signs of weakness. They were seen as valuable. Tears are not weighed the same way in heaven and earth. They changed into money of the spirit world. That's why this check was made, not because you begged, but since you stayed. If you stay, heaven will always reward you. There were times like this when a lot of people left because the packaging didn't look supernatural. They didn't care about what seemed easy. But you stopped. You stayed. That's why you're about to get what other people missed. If someone turns down a miracle in the divine system, it is given to someone else. That's why so much is coming to you now. It's not just your share. You were given this extra money because you were willing to take care of it. I saw the check, my beloved. I could read the light on it. Human language could not be used to measure the value. It was plenty that was meant to change your life and your family tree. This isn't just short-term relief. This is an inheritance. But God will never make you take something you don't think you deserve. That's why this moment is about who we are. You have to accept that your journey made you qualified. You have to believe that your name is important. Everyone here knows that you were picked to carry something that no one else could. Hold still for a moment, my child, my beloved. Think about all the times you almost gave up. You would lie awake at night and stare at the ceiling, wondering why everyone else seemed to be moving forward but you. Remember how heavy that was. In no way was that weight a punishment. It was the pause before the promise. They were getting you ready to carry more glory. That weight is now ready to rest on you, not as a burden but as a crown. This miracle is not just meant to help you feel better, because I want to thank you. This will change how people see you after this. People who made fun of them will be quiet. People who left will be shocked. There is no doubt about what is going to happen, but one last step of faith is needed right now, not later. Before this moment passes, my child, my beloved, you need to understand something. There is a rule in heaven about how to release the divine. When the time comes, what was supposed to arrive late arrives many times faster. Your time has come, has come. What is being offered is not just one blessing, but a bundle of all the miracles, prayers, and moments that haven't been answered, that have been put off. That's why this feels heavier than words. It's not just language. The word is transmission, a holy scroll opened just for you. Don't pay attention to it now, or it might close again. Some messages only get to the chosen few, not because other people weren't there, but because they weren't ready. You're all set. You waited through it. You got through rejection. You stood there while it was quiet. You carried things that other people would have dropped. Heaven has now moved to help you. The check is not only ready, but it also has your spiritual mark on it. It's not up for grabs to anyone else. One more time, my beloved, hear this. The only thing that can stop it is doubt. Heaven can't give you something that you don't want to receive. Don't let this turn into another almost. Let this be another almost. Let it finally be yours. Let me tell you something that no one else can, my beloved. This delivery is unique. No one, no attention, and no crowds are important. Please accept this for the person whose soul fought in the dark and still looked up. That soul is you. God saw you. The vault was opened by your faith. The signature was unlocked by your consistency. This check is for more than just provision. It brings comfort where there was pain, joy where there was sadness, and strength where you were quietly breaking. It has proof, most of all. Proof that people will never forget your name. The weight you feel will come back stronger if you leave this now. It won't be a punishment, but an echo. Something will have tried to get to your soul. That's why I speak quickly and with love. Don't be interested. Make a promise. Don't say it's nice. Say that it's mine. Things start to move quickly around you when you fully accept this. As you read on, my child and beloved, a choice was made in the unseen. Heaven wrote down your answer when you chose not to skip, close your heart, or turn away. Angels started sending you what was supposed to go to other people but was held up. You didn't end up here by accident. You were shown the way. Your decision to stay set off overflow. Prayer can lead to some breakthroughs, while positioning can lead to others. You are in a miraculous position right now that not many people ever get to. Pay close attention. There is no money in heaven's bank. It works in seconds. There are times like these when faith can bring the impossible into the present. You called it a coincidence, a sign, or just the right time. But it was really a divine collision. Your fate caught up with the time you wasted. There was always a written check. It was enough for your spirit to grow to hold it. That pulling, the pain, and the sudden feelings were all signs that your spiritual account was growing. And what it's about to get is even better than you thought. My beloved, do you remember when you thought it was over and that you weren't going to be chosen? I was there. When your thoughts got heavy, I watched over you. No one else heard me whisper your name. I'm not here to make you wait. I'm here to send it. Please don't wait again. This is the door. You always had a thread of hope with you. That was enough. You are about to enter your divine future. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community, you can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you. Every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith, and as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. God didn't want to see how strong you were. He was proud that you were still alive. Listen to this. The countdown of favor, not fear, starts when you finish reading. Signs will show up in the next few hours. People will use their names. Doors that have been shut for a long time may open. Don't call it luck. It's the shockwave that comes after something was set off. The check has been given out. It wants to find a brave heart that will accept it. Are you going to say, "This is mine"? It's been a long time coming for heaven to spend time with you, my child and beloved. There was no waste of time. Time builds up in heaven's economy. What felt like years of nothing turned out to be years of growth. The last page has been turned. The check with your name on it is being held by the angel of release. Now spread this word. Sharing it doesn't take away from it. Instead, it makes it bigger. When you share, the anointing moves through your life and into the lives of others, opening doors of favor for you and those who are connected to you. It's no longer in the vault. It is in the air you breathe. Don't let fear decide what to say. Open the door with faith. Click like on this video before you leave. To agree on something, this is not for an algorithm. You are starting the flow of God's favor over your life when you like this message. This tells heaven that you will receive what has been released. Let this action finish the movement that has already started. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high-vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life. If you follow it, you won't just receive blessings. They will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate, early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional, but your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.